I want to make a short video about how to manipulate orientations in Mastercam. So this is one of our stock parts, and I am going to draw on the back instead of the front, and that's going to cause us to have to move things around within Mastercam. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to make a rectangle here right in the middle. If I click done, finish, I'm going to extrude inward by 3/4 of an inch. So I make a pocket that's 3/4 of an inch deep, and you'll see this is on the back here. So I'm going to do a file, save as, save copy as, and I am going to save it as a step file here, and I'm going to call it back. I'll just call it back. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to go to Mastercam and bring that in. Let's see, orientation, looking for a step file. It's called back. And in it comes. Okay, so that looks fine and dandy. Our graphics view is top. Okay, so there's our pocket. If I do an Alt S, that's not there. Okay, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, that looks a little funky. Alt S. Okay, it's at the bottom. So when I draw on the back, my pocket ends up at the bottom. So how do I change things around in Mastercam? Okay, the first thing we want to do is we want to give it some stock, and what we want to do is what I'm doing now, just take bounding box, fill in lines, arcs, and points so that we can select those, and we're going to have this bounding box about our part. Okay, now you may recall that when we first brought this in, it looked like this. This is considered the top. Okay, so if I go to isometric view, you can see that the side we want is sort of down here. So we want to change things so that we use the plane at the bottom here. Okay, so we're going to go to Work Coordinate System, View Manager. We're going to go to the bottom. We're going to make a copy of the bottom because we want to leave intact these 7 standard views or planes. And so I've made a copy at the bottom. Okay. This equal sign will make the tool plane and the construction plane equal, and equal to the copy of the bottom. The construction plane is used for CAD-like things, which we don't use Mastercam for. Tool plane is for making the tool path, so we definitely want the T to be coincident with the copy of the bottom. Now I'm going to change my 0, so I can click here and change the 0. Now let's think about how we're going to put this thing into the mill. We always want our 0 to be at the front left. So what I'm going to be doing after I turn this over is I probably want to have maybe this point be my 0. Okay, and we'll see how that turns out in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to accept that. And now if I go isometric, fit, you'll see that it's right side up, so to speak, when I change to this copy of the bottom view. Okay, now let's see where our 0 is. This is where it gets a little tricky. So you'll hit F9, and that shows you what appears to be a big mess, but which is really showing you the brown axes are the world coordinate system. The cyan or light blue axes are the new 0 coordinate system, and you'll see that it's way over here. So it's as though I was approaching from this side, the mill, and this is the front. Oh, I guess not. Well, we really want our 0 is perhaps to be right here. Let's change that. So I can just go to Work Coordinate System View Manager, copy of bottom, and I can just change the 0 to right there, and I'm going to take that. Okay, so it's at the front left corner, and if I do Alt F9, I've got a coordinate system which matches what our mill has, which is X along this way, Y along this way. Now I want to show you how to change that if you need to, because some of your boxes won't come out that nicely. First I'm going to go back to let's see, wireframe. So if I want to change the orientation of my axes, what I do is I go to Work Coordinate System, View Manager, and I hit this Geometry button. So it says, well, what we want to do is we want to click one axis, and then it says click the second line. I click that one, and it gives me several different, well, it gives me some coordinate systems. These little XYZ things are called gnomons, starts with a G. And you can see there's 7 different ways these can be oriented around here. And the one we want was the one we had, and looks like it's 3 of 7. But I just wanted to show you that you can change that around, because you won't always have it automatically turn out like it happened to us, where we have X along here and Y along here. So I'm going to accept that and accept that, and everything is fine. Okay, again, so to repeat that, to change the orientation of your origin, you're going to hit Geometry, and then you're going to click one axis. It'll tell you to click another line. That'll be your Y-axis, with the first one being your X-axis. And then since there's a lot of different ways those could be oriented, it'll give you the choice, and you just cycle through there. It's kind of complicated, but it makes sense if you do it enough times. And remember, you can change the 0 of your coordinate system right here. Don't forget to put that bounding box wireframe stock around your part, and you should be able to change your 0, change the orientation of your part, so to speak, and rotate your coordinate system as well, around a particular axis, and also translate it in space to where you need it to be.